Okay, we're back. Thanks a lot for tuning back in. We have all 6 apples all wrapped and done over here. Now I'm gonna go ahead. I have an 8x8 baking dish, which works really good for about this many apples. These apples, they're Macintosh apples. You can use whatever kind that you want. And they're probably, I would say, on the small medium side. So I had leftover pie crust after doing 6 of them, okay? So which is good because I'll have some left over for a little bit of a decoration. What I'm gonna go ahead and do, what I've gone ahead and done, is sprayed just lightly my ceramic 8x8 baking dish. You can use glass if you want, that would work great too. And I'm gonna line it with just a small piece of parchment paper in the bottom just to help prevent the sticking, okay? So what we're gonna do is I've gone ahead and you can kind of see that they have quite a bit of pie crust at the top. So I have my sharp knife right here, my little paring knife, and I'm gonna go ahead and just cut all of that off. Now when I do that, what I'm gonna do is you're still gonna see a partial piece at the top, almost like a little knob. They almost look like little pumpkins too. And you could definitely brush these with a little bit of natural orange food coloring, and you could make them into little pumpkins. That would be super cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of trim the tops of these all off. Now we're gonna be using that pie crust in just a minute, so don't throw it away, okay? So, but just by taking the tops off, it gets rid of a lot of the excess. Now, you can kind of go around, pat your apple down, and just kind of squeeze it like this, because if you have any gaps where maybe the pie crust doesn't meet, now is the time to kind of just pat it and feel around and squeeze it together and bring all of that pie crust together, okay? So just so that the lines kind of come together and seal, okay? So we've got 3 left here. I love doing these. These are so much fun. And the presentation on these, folks, is wonderful. You put these on just a small plate and it is to die for. What I usually do is I have some caramel sauce. Homemade caramel sauce is on another video, so tune into that. And I'll take some caramel and I'll put it into one of my, I have like a ketchup, you know, kind of one of those sauce ketchup squirters or whatever they are, and I snip off the top, put a little bit of heated caramel in there, and I drizzle the plate back and forth and set this right in the center. It is so wonderful. You'll see it at the end how great of a presentation this really is. Okay, so I think these, I kind of patted these apples down as far as making sure they were all sealed as I was wrapping them. And I find that that is very helpful to do as you go, and then you don't have so much work on the back end. All right, so I think we're good to go. They have a nice flat bottom, every one of them, because when I was peeling, don't forget, you wanna make sure that that bottom is nice and flat so they sit well when they're in the oven. Now I've gone ahead and preheated my oven to 350 degrees, okay? And I'm gonna fit these apples in here just so. I had a really big one here, more of a large apple, so I kind of put him in the center just so that they can all be evenly distributed. Okay, so now comes the fun part. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take some of your pie crust and you're just gonna take it, just a little tiny piece, and you're gonna kind of take it and roll it in your hands like this. And what you're gonna do, twist it just a little, and you're gonna create a little stem for your apple. See how that goes just like that? And just work it right into your pie crust. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do all 6 of these. You just pinch it down in and then bring it up and just give it a little twist, kind of off to the side, just like that, okay? And you can make them a little bit shorter if you want to. You don't have to make them quite as tall, and you can snip them and you don't have to twist them, but because they're fall apples, I like to make them look like whimsical, and they definitely do look like pumpkins, so you could definitely do like a pumpkin design if you wanted to. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of a leaf on all of these, and they're gonna be super cute. Now the leaves, I'm gonna take from the leftover strips here. Or you can kind of handcraft one if you want to. If you feel kind of crafty and you wanna try that. Or, I know a lot of you out there probably have a leaf, like one of those leaf pastry cutters already. I have them. I have like an oak one and a maple one. I have an acorn. They kind of came into like a 4 set, like a set of 4. And I use them for like on pumpkin pie and stuff just to kind of garnish the top, which is super, super cute. I love it. So you can take this leftover pie crust here if you want, or you can go ahead and use one of the strips. Because I've already got the strips already laid out, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of make a little cut here, an oval shape. And go ahead and I'm going to take my leaf, kind of just close it here. And you can do 1 or 2 of them. If you wanna do, I'm gonna break this one and just do 1 so you can kind of see 1. You can lay it off to the side here. And then what you do is you take your knife and you're just gonna make a little slit down the leaf and then make your little designs. Okay, oh my gosh, it's super cute, love it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna finish the other 6 of these. I have my oven on 350 degrees, preheated, and I'm gonna bake these for anywhere from 60 to 70 minutes, all right? I'm gonna check them at like 50, 55-minute mark, okay? And then probably it's gonna take probably closer to the 60-minute mark, all right? And then we're gonna bring them out and you're gonna be able to see them all done. Before I put them in though, I'm gonna just brush the tops with a little bit of egg wash, okay? So since this one's finished, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one, and I'm just gonna kind of coat the tops with a little bit of egg wash. Now this is gonna make them nice and golden brown looking, not red, gold. So if you wanted to forego this and kind of tint your egg wash with some food coloring, you could definitely do that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna finish the other 5 of these, and then I'm gonna pop it in the oven for a good hour, and then we'll be right back and you can see the end result. All right, everybody, we're back. It's been just an hour, and these are perfect. It smells so great in here with the cinnamon and the nutmeg and the apple all mixed together. Now, I've gone ahead and I've heated up my caramel sauce, and I also have some chopped up pecans too. They're great as a topper. So what I'm going to do, just for a presentation and just so that you can see everything, is that I'm going to go ahead and just use my regular spoon instead of putting it in my container, and because I don't really have many to do, I'm just going to do this one. And what you want is you want a nice, good consistency with your caramel. All right, if it's too clumpy, I don't mind a couple of clumps, but if it's too clumpy, you might want to just put it back in your microwave for, you know, maybe 20 or 30 seconds, okay? So I'm going to get that nice and smooth, and then what I'm going to do is just take it and just drizzle it right on top of my plate, just kind of in a zigzag. And if you want extra on there, you can. It's kind of fun just to dip it in there as you're eating it. All right, and then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab one, these are hot, woo-wee. And they have a nice syrup on the bottom too. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab one of my apples and set it right on there. Oh my goodness, it looks so perfect. So perfect, all right? And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna top the top of this as well with a little bit of caramel sauce. And then I'm gonna sprinkle a few of my pecans over the top and then some on the side just as a garnish. And that is done. Maybe a couple more on the top. I love pecans and apples. So, look at it, it's perfect. Absolutely delicious. I'm gonna cut into this just so you folks can see it. The crust is wonderful. It's piping hot, oh my goodness. And you can just break that open and you can see the apple, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, everything all mixed in together. And it's just gonna be absolutely perfect. I hope you like this recipe. Give it a try. Everyone is gonna love this at your dinner table. Great presentation, and it will be just the perfect dessert for everyone. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to that YouTube channel if you can. And don't forget, whatever you do, you make it with love. We'll see you next time.